So I got my start in media at an audition in 1994 with Wycliffe Bennett, God rest his soul. He saw something in me that led him to give me a start in television. I went for a speech course, I ended up in television. And that laid the foundation for what was to come. I tell you, even as I sit here, one of the cameramen in the studio is somebody who was on my first shoot in 1994. But I think it's really when I stepped into radio that I started to feel like I was coming into my own. The self-doubt Rosie asked me about was still in my mind. And having been told once already that radio was not the place for me, I went to a second audition at Fame FM. And that audition proved that there indeed was a space for me in this field. And for the 15 years that I worked in radio, it was a gentleman by the name of Francois Saint-Just who was my mentor. He not only helped me hone my skills in radio and broadcasting, but in management and really in life.
Sim.
This is why you must have control over your show.
I'm here to celebrate with you and congratulate you on all you have done. Yes, we remember those early days. If I'm to let out secrets, that's 23 years ago. And you came in as a very shy, unassuming person. And you already had the talent, we knew that. We heard your voice and felt your soul. And you started in the night, helping people from then, because those were some phone calls.
Yes.
And then you kept growing until you were part of the management team. And I heard you saying you had to have a broad back, and yes, that was difficult. But we had a blast. So I'm so happy that you've been able to do this project that we've been speaking about for years. And here it is, you've done it, and done it so successfully. And again, helping others. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, boss.
You don't get to call me boss
You
anymore.
will always be boss, whether you like it or not. And I am so grateful to you, Francois, for giving me a chance and for believing in me and for making me realize that no is not an option.
That's right.
That I cannot do that, Francois, is not an option. And that, as you've always told me, there are no problems, only opportunities for solution.
There you go.
Throughout my journey, years ago, I would refer to myself as a statistic. The 1 in 4 who experiences infant loss, and the 1 in 5 who experiences divorce. What I have learned from those things happening is that life happens to you. Sometimes it happens to you real fast, and it knocks you down real hard. But I am sitting here today to let you guys know, and this is to answer the question how the program was birthed, that when you're going through it, you can't understand the reason, you can't see the purpose, and it feels like you can't get out. But having gone through that darkness and then feel myself coming through, I just figured in that moment that I had a responsibility to let others know that no matter how dark a place you get to in your life, if you just keep going, you will make it out. If you give yourself the permission to hurt, to cry, to feel the pain. I mean, it was a tough time because, you know, guys, when you work in this industry and things happen, you have to weather it, right? And then pretend everything's okay. They still smile in the morning, still have your corporate job, you do everything you're supposed to do. Somebody asked me just before we came on this morning, or this evening, sorry, I'm being as candid as I can, how it was that I had gotten to this size. Always been slim. No, wasn't always slim. When you're going through a time when one group of people is telling you, oh my gosh, you look ill, and another group of people is saying to you, you've never looked better in your life, where do you land? Such is the nature of pain. Thought is to the point where it draws you down. Right, guys? I'm sharing this, and this show is about letting everybody know that it's okay to hurt mentally, and that mental hurt is something that we need to pay more attention to, because if you're sick in this country, people are looking for some kind of physical wound or scar. But this is crucial, and you have to take care of it. And it's okay to be at that place where you know you've made mistakes. The key is, what do you learn from the mistakes so that you can move forward and that you can move on with your life, make better choices, and help other people along the way.
Hi, Mommy. Before you go any further, I have something to say. I want to thank you for working on yourself. Thank you for never counting yourself out. And lastly, for showing me how to love. A few other people want to show their love for you as well. Check this out.
Where you go?
Expect this at all. Just know that this is our safe space, and I just want to thank you for this show. Just like Grace, where we are Jamaica's first choice for great food, uniting people, improving lives. Sim's Soul Session is Jamaica's #1 show during this time of uncertainty, uniting people, improving lives. And that's what you did.
Sim, you've done it. You've managed to find another way to warm the hearts of yours. Thank you for sharing stories of inspiration, hope, and triumph.
I am so proud of you. I am not surprised, because I know that you were born to do this kind of work, to help people by talking with them, by listening to them, by helping them to take their pain and transform it into resilience. You uplift them.
You have been my bookend. You've held me up. You continue to hold me up through every challenge, every obstacle, every success.
Everybody has their failures, fears, and flaws, but we appreciate you giving everybody a platform to put those fears to bed.
Wow, I can't believe season 1 is done already. I am so proud of you. The show has had an amazing start. No surprise for me. We discussed the ideas for the show, but more importantly, why the show. It was your dream and your genuine care to help people through real life struggles, and this was special.
Congratulations on the fulfillment of your lifelong dream by hosting your own talk show, Sim Soul Sessions. The name could not be more befitting, as the people are loving it the way they love you. You are truly an overcomer. God has been good to you. God bless you in all your future endeavors.
Simone, congratulations. Your father loves you very much. And remember, when you're having your show, Mom and Dad, we are always there in your corner.
I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you Big up.
I love you. I don't know how my heart no box yet. But I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you to infinity and beyond.
The path has been set, and may you be blessed as you lift us all.
Love you, congrats, and God bless you. Simso Sessions forever.
Love you, sis.
Mom is always in your corner. I love you.
Remember you started your show with a blessing? I conclude by saying, the Lord bless you, the Lord keep you, the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace and a blessed show and a great future. Amen. Love you.
Wow. So I am so grateful to my guests this season for sharing their soul journeys and soul stories with us. Their courage and their candor have emboldened me in my belief that emptying the contents of our heart and sharing our scars can be the salve that soothes and indeed that saves. We all have a plan for our lives, and having those plans derailed can be traumatic and can be actually devastating. Starting over, all right, let's do it. It's such a scary, almost impossible prospect, but it is also an amazing blessing. There is a blessing in being broken because the process to being mended can be magical. And what you thought was rejection may actually be your redirection. Your detours are divine. Your wasted years were not wasted. A second chance is an opportunity for us to wipe the slate clean and to start over. Think about how many wonderful inventions and creations we wouldn't have today if the person working on it had given up after the first failure. Failure, guys, is a built-in life accessory. It's there to teach us life lessons, but we have to learn the lessons in order not to make the same mistakes again. Armed with those lessons, we dust ourselves off and we go again. Yes, starting over is hard, but the secret to getting it right? Start. And don't stop. There is no quick fix, guys. It's a slow and steady climb. And depending on how far or how low you're journeying from, you may feel sometimes that you will never get to the top, but eventually you will see that crack of light, that glimmer of hope, and you will realize that the plans weren't meant to harm or hurt you, but to prosper you and to give you hope and a future and a purpose. It happened to change you, to build you, to make you stronger, and to help you be that change for someone else. Celebrate every day, every win, no matter how small. Give yourself credit for every victory, just for getting through every day. And remember, as my friend Tammy Chin said weeks ago, becoming is not a victorious, glorious thing. It doesn't always look pretty. Becoming is gritty and dirty and ugly and painful. As for me, there are difficult days, but I feel like I'm in a returning. And as Tammy said, I feel like I'm getting back to me and the core of who I am and who I think God means for me to be. And it may not be glamorous, and it may not be everything everybody expected it to be, but it is me. And there is something really beautiful about returning to who you are. Thank you for that, Tammy. Affirmation for tonight, our soul food. I will use my failure and I'll use my failure and falling apart as an opportunity to reboot and rebuild. I accept with my whole heart the gift that is starting over.